Alright, so it's time to start disassembling the project that I was working on which I'm not going to continue the work. More about that in this video. And I'm actually kind of happy that I'm doing this right now, because this whole situation here, like if we zoom out a bit, manually zoom out, it's a very messy situation. So where I actually want to get started is with the VU meters. I actually need one VU meter separately to list it on eBay. I have some tools, and let's get that thing out of here. We're almost there. First one, disassembled. This is it. This is one. So the VU meters are for sale now, they're on eBay. I cannot really imagine anyone buying them. I mean, it's a very specific thing and it's a very specific part, but who knows? I'm just putting them on eBay because you never know who will need them. And the same goes actually for a few modules in the console. These ones are the routing modules from the console. And with the new setup, with the racking stuff, I don't need these ones anymore. And I'm not going to throw these ones away, because I know how shit it is if you need a part for your console and you cannot find it. And since these consoles are pretty rare, I'm going to list these on eBay as well for a low price, just for anyone that needs it. And maybe that takes 5 years or something to sell it, but I'm just not going to throw it away. And so for now, it's really a matter of removing all the stuff out of the frame, including things like connectors, which are all screwed in and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to remove all the modules first. Next step is a really important step and a bit sad, because I need to cut through all the cable trees, and that is the connectors. So the ones that go on here. These ones are pretty proprietary. I tried to get replacements for these connectors because I was missing a few. Cannot find them anywhere. They look like a pretty common type, but they aren't. The measurements are just a bit different, so they don't fit. I need the ones from the console, and that's pretty shit because I need to reach on both sides, and yeah. Zwaar. Soort van. Valt wel mee hoor. Valt verder wel mee. Ja jongen. Valt verder wel mee jongen. Voor de tyfus. Mooi. And it's gone. It's gone. It's probably already melted into something else, knowing the iron industry. But yeah, it is completely gone, and the only thing that is left, apart from some parts that are in storage, are the EQs that are over there. Cable tree and connectors, I left them here, I didn't put them in storage, because those are the first things that I want to rack. And today I received the first parts of the rack. No, I actually received the racks. So not the 19-inch racks, but the 19-inch enclosures. So let's quickly unbox them. And all the other parts are ordered as well, but yeah. I don't have them yet. So these racks come from Vintage Tools. They are actually, yeah, I found them very expensive, but that's also, you know, on the other hand, if I would need to make them myself, then yeah, they would be just as expensive. Wow. Ah. Yeah. Now that's at least some quality. Really good. We'll see if it fits. I don't know. That's some precise tolerances. I hope this actually fits, because right now, but I think I can make this fit. That's an issue. And I think I need to modify the EQs a bit for that, actually. And the thing is, like, the front plates that are on here, they are actually a bit dented. So maybe I need a hammer on here to modify it. Yeah, because then they will fit. Let's see if I can modify this. Yeah. Important part, which is the back plate. Oh, we have two. So two back plates. Very nicely made, to be honest. Very nicely made. Do this. So here's one of my two new racks, and it's super heavy now. And it will even get more heavier because I need to solder all the connectors to the backside. So the next step involves this thing over here, a soldering iron. I really like to solder everything myself. Actually, before this video, I already made a multi-cable so that I can test everything. And yeah, I'm going to need some multi-cables to connect this all. And some converters, but I have said this before. Also, before this video, I took the time to put all the connectors in the back plate, as you can see over here. It's actually not as pretty as I expected it, and that's because this plate is designed for connectors to be built on top of the plate and then screwed through, while I normally really like build something like this. So flush mounted with the plate. How am I going to do this? First of all, I need some room, I think, in here, because I will also be needing the rack. I'm looking now at the fuse. How am I going to connect it? I need that in series with the rest of the unit. But yeah, always fuses. They are here to protect us. It's not something to be easy about. I mean, the whole building can burn down by something that isn't fused. And in the case of a 25 amp power supply or whatever, I don't actually know anymore, it's actually even more important then. Boom. Alright. Let's start with channel 1 then. Or channel 10, because that's the closest to the power supply socket. Nice. Oh, this looks so cool. Now let's just put the fuse in there loosely for now. I don't think it's that big of a deal, since at least it is fused then. I mean, that's more important than it being absolutely neat. And just make sure that it won't touch any metal. I do see one issue, and that is the amount of room back in here. It's this deep. So it's not a lot, and for all the cabling, I mean, I need to be able to open it up easily as well. I need some cable length in here. So this is the fusing solution I made right now. How is this going to pour? Okay, good. Now let's see if this works. Let's maybe attach it with one screw. All right, next up is connecting power. Hoping that no smoke will leave the package, and then connecting audio to it and see if this setup works. Good. Power supply. Okay. All right, the big moment of truth. In 3, 2, 1. That's uneventful. How do I know it works now? This is channel 1. All right. Okay. It works when it's turned off. Sounds like a power supply problem. Doesn't work when it's turned on. So I'm now bypassing it. So when I bypass it, it works.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Alright, I found it! Thanks to a multimeter that I lent from a friend who had it in his car. And that's the typical kind of friend that has everything in his car. So if you see him, you ask, do you have this? And he always has it, so that's cool. What the problem actually was is, well, there's a kind of a, something that I got with the console, and that is problems in every single module. And there was one transistor that wasn't really mounted. There was a small gap in the PCB, and I put some solder on it, and now it's fixed. And the reason why I didn't thought it was the module was because I compared it with the module next to it, and that one also has a problem, because I just did a troubleshooting step testing another module, and that one worked perfectly. That's it. Let's finish this rack now first. And it is done. So this is how it looks inside. You can see the power throughput from every module to the other. All the connectors soldered and done. Let me quickly clean this a bit and screw it in. Close, yeah, I was already thinking about that. Oh, it actually closes pretty well. I don't want to use tie wraps or something for this, or a tight cable tree. Because if I want to do maintenance at a unit, I can now pull out the unit, and the cables are long enough to pull the unit out. So this way I can, you know, can be back on air way quicker than normally. Just want to put a few screws in here for now, because I first want to test drive everything. And of course, I'm not ending the video before I've shown you some things on the EQs. So let's turn everything off. Let's turn them on themselves. And let's show you some 20K. I don't know if YouTube brings this across, but yeah, 15. This button is not properly attached. To the mids, so 2.4, 2.4. Oh wow. It's a bit old. I already knew that. So there is some corrosion on the switches. I know that, I knew that already, and I didn't replace them yet during the revision because it's a lot of work to replace them. They're super expensive. What I actually think is there's a lot of corrosion on there, and while using it a lot, switching them a lot, I think I can scrape off that corrosion. I got that tip actually from a few other vintage geeks. They said, well, let it run for a few weeks and use it for a few weeks. Maybe that solves the problem already. And I had this actually myself as well with some vintage EQs in the Neumann console. So I first want to try that before I'm going to like desolder all those switches, and I really don't want to do that actually. So I think it's just a matter of using them again, and I think that the corrosion will scrape off of it by then. I also see some alignment problems. I think on the demo that I just showed, the left channel was a bit louder than the right channel, but that could also be due to contact corrosion as well. So we'll see. This rack is done for now. I'm not going to do the second rack yet, but I won't do that on video. I'm first going to run this rack for a few weeks and see what it will do. Maybe in the meantime I'll solder the second rack as well. And after that I'm going to build the housings for the racks. So the housings, actually the 19-inch racks, and those are going to be interesting, but that will be something for a different video, and I first have to see if I actually want to make a video of that. But let me know that in the comments down below. If you like this, it's some kind of a behind the scenes look into my studio, into how things work. Let me know that in the comments below. For support, please go to Patreon for more videos. Check one of them over here. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, keep pushing, and bye bye.